up, everybody? If you're watching this, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I said that, and pretty excited. I got a Insta360, so we're just trying out some views. So if the views are bad or if you can't hear me, sorry. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. Wind noise? Wind noise? Yeah. I only have a little bit, so figured I'd hit a couple back roads out here and have a little story time for the first vlog back. I don't know. I'm not gonna make it like a big return vlog because I've done that before, and it was like 6 months in between a video, and now it's been a year. So it's like, how many comeback? Oh, we're back. We're vlogging again. Videos do you want to do? You know. So we're not gonna do that. Much of this we're going to do because I kind of want to keep YouTube happy. I'm going to try to do a little something different these days, and yeah, I don't know, try to get some of those strikes worked through. Gonna try not to be a total dick on my channel the whole time, you know, so because it's not really who I am, and anybody that hangs out with me knows that, but it's the image that you put out there, you know, and a lot of the close encounters, you know, they put out a shitty image, and I recognize that, you know. Oh, look at this guy. This is a local guy. I call him Half Horse. This is great because it's got like half a trailer, and then he's got these, at least one horse in there all the time, and it's always saddled up and like ready to go. I think he goes around, oh, look at the dog. I think he goes around and like does stuff for farmers around here. I don't know, but he's always got that horse saddled up in the back of that trailer. So yeah, some story time. Let's see. I think the story that I like tell the most, obviously I'm on my MT-07. I want to do a video that like, dun, 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 you know, this is some B-roll of my new bike and all that, but I've had it for a while now. So it's the first bike I ever bought new. It's the first bike I ever had that was actually nice. But going back to my F4, when I first got my F4, it's a great story. So I was living in Tennessee, and I actually had, as soon as I moved to Tennessee, I had bought a 99 F4. So all the F4s, F4Is, they're all the same. 99 and 2000 are carbureted, and then in 01 they went to fuel injection. So the 01 through 06 is fuel injected. There's certain things that are different, like the wiring harness, the tank, the fuel pump, stuff like that. But basically they're the same they're the same bike. So yeah, so I had a 99, my buddy had a 2000. So, you know, adulting happens, you have to sell your bikes. I didn't have any money back then, so had to sell my bike. So like October, November, I had to sell my bike. So I sold mine, and then like during that winter, like December, January, my buddy had sold his 2000 as well. He sold it to a guy who lived in the apartments next to us, and the guy really didn't know much about bikes. He didn't know what the choke was. Like he just didn't know. He rode it a little bit like in his parking lot of his apartment, so he didn't really ride it too much. So yeah, so what happened was the next year, the next spring when it was nice, so he had sold this bike to this guy but never taken him the title. And then like that next spring he finally took him the title, like he was waiting on it to come in the mail and all that. So he took him the title, and when he gets there, he's like, hey, since you finally brought me the title, if you and your buddy want to, you know, take the bikes out, you know, you can go and take the bike out. So they showed up at my house. This guy who had sold the bike to that guy, and then a buddy was you know, was riding this 2000 F4, and he shows up at my house and was like, hey, you want to go for a ride? Look at this. Well, and I had learned to wheelie the year before. We were bringing them up, you know, and setting them down at 90 and shit. Like, it was bad. It was bad, and sorry, man, go ahead. You guys in a hurry. So anyway, yeah, we were like wheeling back then, and so anyway, I come back out of the house in full gear, and he's like, oh shit, you were serious? I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we leave his poor friend there. He's on his double R, Buddy's on his 954 and I'm on the 2000 F4. And so we go out and we're like, I'm killing it. Like, I'm feeling it, feeling good. It's awesome, killing it. And we were out for a couple hours and we turned the corner. You know, it's like that last mile to home. We turned the corner and it's like 1.5 miles back to the house. And my buddy goes, man, I'm gonna ride this bitch all the way up this hill. And it was just a nice little hill, you know, on the highway. I was like, oh, I got this shit. So he takes off and I fucking pull up, and I swear, I'm gonna check behind me. I swear it was like I was in the wheelie, and then the next thing I know, the tank and the seat just go away. And I was just like, huh. And I look down, and in between my legs are like, it's just pavement, you know, in between my legs. And I'm like, oh shit. So I realize what's happening. I get myself up on my boots and my elbows, because I had full gear on and stuff. We didn't really wheel it. We didn't stunt back then. We you know, rode the mountains and stuff. This was in Tennessee, so. And so anyway, I get myself up on my elbows and my boots, and I look back up at the bike, and the bike does this, and boom, just right on the crank, right on the other side, and then tumbles down the freaking road like 50 miles an hour, just end over end down the road. The only saving grace was that he didn't have the front fairings on the bike. So I wasn't even supposed to be on this thing, and here I just looped it like hard down the highway. And so anyway, long story short, we convinced the guy, he convinces the guy that he was on it and just low-sided it on a turn or something, you know. And but I convinced him. He's the kind of guy that would have took it to a dealer. You take it to a dealer, of course, it's done. Like, they're gonna total it. I'm gonna have to pay for it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pay this guy like $4 grand. And I'm like, look, he'll pay for it. Let me fix it. I can fix it for you. So he did. We convinced him to let me fix it. And so anyway, I put a new crank pulley. I had to like pry the stator out of the crank pulley with a pry bar. It was bad. But so yeah, I fixed it. Even repainted it the color that he wanted. I had painted my 99 that I had sold the year before. I painted it this blue. There's a Nissan B, I think it's B18 Nissan blue or something like that. I forget exactly. But so yeah, I painted it the same color. He's like, I like that blue that you had yours, so I painted that the same color. And yeah, so I give it back to him. A couple weeks later, I give it back to him. I'm like, here you go. It's all put together. It's beautiful. Like, it's done. But if you ever get done with this thing, if you're ever sick of this bike, let me know. And yeah, 3 weeks later, I owned it. I went and got it from him for like $1,600. I duped him down to like 14, but I didn't have the 14, so I said I'll give you 16 if you float me on the other 200 for a couple weeks. So yeah, I ended up with the bike and that 2000 that I looped down the highway. That's the F4 that I had, that you'll see on the website and everywhere else. Like, that's the F4. I had that thing for like 5 or 6 years. That's what I learned to stunt on, and yeah, I'd say that's what I learned to wheelie on. But yeah, I mean, ended up being a great bike. You know, I worked on it forever, but that's the story of me looping that thing down the highway before it was even mine. Like, so when I got it from him, it was full fairing. I didn't actually change it to a stunt bike until I moved to Texas, because you know, I still wanted kind of that sport bike feel with the real low handlebars, the factory clip-ons and stuff. And so I was real hesitant to go back, you know, to change it to the dirt bars. When I did, it was like night and day. That's when I got the slow shit that's when I got the slow stuff in the lot, was when I went to dirt bars, because it kind of squares everything up for you, you know. And so yeah, so back then it was full fairing, and I was gonna sell it before moving to Texas. And 2 days before I moved to Texas, I hit a van. I had taken it from St. Louis all the way down southern Missouri, right by my mom's house, and I was like a block from my mom's house. I was gonna leave it there for a little bit and, you know, make the move and then come back and get it. But I got literally a block from her house, and this minivan like went to do a turn left, stopped, didn't do it, and then went up to the next one, did it again, but then stopped again. And the second time, I just couldn't get, I wasn't going fast or anything, I just couldn't get around her. So I had to try to maneuver right around her, and yeah, I didn't make it. I what I call yammy noobed off the van. I remember the van being here, and I remember tuck and roll, and I did that. I tucked and rolled, but I went way up high. I didn't know that I had went way above the van. When I came off the bike, I flew way high above the van. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It was nuts. Broke my shoulder blade in half. Moved to Texas with a broken shoulder blade. But I got up and was like, I think my arm's out, and I'm all waving my right arm around, and my buddy's like, no, it's not out. Like, here, let me jet down this little road right here. I'll show you guys a little treat. I am not scared of gravel. Old guy waved. I'm not scared of gravel. I grew up on gravel. And watch, now that I said that, something will happen. We'll take it nice and easy down the gravel. Yeah, I hope the mic is coming through, because that's a story I tell a lot of people. And I'm like, yeah, I looped it down the highway before it was mine, when he was supposed to be on it. And yeah, I'll see if I can do some more of these story times, maybe a little less offensive vlogs for all the cage drivers out there that seem to hate us for going slow down the road. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that, because we're going to keep it positive from now on. And I actually plan on also doing some vlogs where I'm going to call it Let's Talk About It, or Talk About It, or something like that, where we talk about some of those close encounter videos that get so much hate, and you know, we should be run over and stuff because we go slow on the highway. And man, people just need to slow down, man. And me too, me included. And I don't mean like literally slow down their car. Like, everybody needs to slow down in life. Like, everybody's so. And this is one of the things, like, you know, Close Encounters has portrayed this shitty attitude. I don't know, it's just been shitty. So I want to clear the air up, you know, and try to get some better vibes coming out of this channel, you know. I mean, that's people that hang out with me, people that ride with me, come to my rides, like, they understand that I'm not just an asshole all the time. And you know, on YouTube, I pretty much kind of portrayed that. So, because the only videos that ever get views are, you know, videos where, you know, people are being assholes, or we're being assholes, or whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna kind of change that up a little. Gonna try to change that up a little bit and see if we can't throw out some more positive vibes. I always said I'd do this for me and not for the views. So, I think part of me was doing it for the views. So, yeah, just gonna see if we can change it up a bit. But this is one of the spots. I usually go down on the other side, but I'm not going all the way down there. This is a spot, like in Texas, they have these bridges. These are actually old railroad cars. I'm going to get like super close, so hopefully it'll pick it up. I don't think you can even read that anymore. We'll have to do like a scribe of it. But this was a rail car. It says, do not use composition brake shoes on this car. And if you get under there, they're all welded together. So this is one of the ways they recycle railroad cars. Trailer, train. Yeah. So anybody know how to track the history of these trains? Leave it down in the comments. 473738. TTX? I don't know. It's rights reserved, so maybe that's the brand of trailer. Pretty cool though. There's some more stickers on the other side. Oh man, who did that? I don't know if those were there before. That's stupid. I don't know, usually the water's up to, we usually go down on that side, and the water's usually covering all that, so maybe that was there. That one looks like it's been there a while, but, man, that's shitty. No, these were just dumped, look at that. Glass panes. Big panes of glass. That's shitty, guys, come on. This was a really cool place. Somebody's dumping shit here. Sorry, stuff. Dumping stuff. I never really like watch my language, because I don't believe that that's like a bad thing, but watching some of my vlogs, I'm like, holy cow, dude. I drop a lot of F-bombs. So, gonna try to kind of rein that back in a little bit too. But if you come on one of my country rides, I promise, we won't do gravel unless I clear it with everyone. The first ride I did, I didn't know how to get where we wanted to go without going on this piece of gravel. And I didn't know it was gravel. Some of these roads, you go down like 4 miles and then they just turn into gravel. So, but anyway, guys, yeah, I just wanted to kind of say, hey, I'm going to try to do vlogs again and a little bit more positive. But yeah, so I mean, if you like this video, be sure to let me know. Let your friends know, because, you know, liking and subscribing and sharing, all that stuff helps the channel. And going to try to swap that negative stigma on the channel. I thought about creating a new one and, you know, doing this or that, but maybe doing another whole different channel. But, you know, this is me, and this is my channel. So, you know, for better or worse, we're going to try to get it out of the slums. My thing's only up to like $100 for like 6 or 7 years, so don't think I make a bunch of money on it, because I don't. YouTube's algorithm doesn't give me that kind of exposure. But yeah, if you like this, if you like story time and you like my vlogs, I know there's a few of you out there that always watch my vlogs. They keep telling me, hey, do some more vlogs. So hey, I'm trying, I'm back, so we're gonna give it a go. So thanks for watching, y'all, and be safe. God bless. See you next time.